Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. I had originally planned to do this as a members only thing, but I've decided to share the wealth. I've decided to share the wealth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push a button over here real quick, and we're going to go to the table, which is like right over here, where there's another camera, and we're going to build ourselves a bug out bag, and you guys are going to help. So I'm going to flip a switch. We're going to go. I'm going to slide on over to the end of the table, and we're going to make ourselves a bug out bag. Okay. All right, here we go. So obviously, the first thing we need to talk about is, I guess we need to talk about the bag. And I've got several lists that are pulled up over there. But I'm not going to worry about, you know what? So today, believe it or not, I'm going, let go. The buckle got stuck in the basket. I'm going to be using this little bitty outdoor products. Outdoor products. That's pretty simple, right? You could pick this up at your local Walmart. It's not that expensive. It is Greyman-ish. And I have been using this stupid little bag for some time now. I really do like this. So it's got this. I can pull that. I can bring that out. And I can put this on it so I can do more hiking stuff. And it's great for if you got to dry stuff out. Anyway, so the bag itself to me is never important. I always, whenever I'm going to build a kit or bug out bag, I start with the supplies. And the reason that I do that, I'm going to move that chat over. I got bag next. You have this bag next to you. That's interesting. Your sound and video is G. All right, Bradley. I don't know what kind of crack you've been smoking lately, but you need to get a different brand because I can't understand half the words that you're saying sometimes. It's like you're just making up words. It's like some kind of lingo that I'm supposed to be aware of. We'll talk later on the side. Okay, so like I said, basically, it's just a very simple bag. This one actually has the third pouch for the. Oh my God, my arm disappeared. It ate me. This one actually has the third, water bladder system that you can put inside of it, but you could put anything you pretty much wanted to put inside of it. It's got a reasonably large opening, and the zipper goes, actually it's kind of weird because the zipper goes all the way down to the shoulder. But anyway, I digress. What I was saying is, by the way, I just thought the same. I got you. He said, doo-doo. Whiskey Tango, Mike Tango Whiskey. What's going on, Broseph? Good to see you. Good to see you. You come here to learn something? Anyway, okay, so, and if you guys didn't know that Mike Tango Whiskey actually has another pretty good channel. I enjoy watching your videos, but you're running out of gear, man. You're running out of gear. So anyway, so I'm going to take this bag and I'm going to set it to the side. You can pick this bag up for probably less than 30 bucks. It is really super lightweight. This used to be one of my EDCs. But I now have moved to a sling bag, which I like a lot better. It makes me feel like I'm a New York City delivery bike riding delivery guy. But anyway, this is a great little backpack. I've had this for years, and it's inexpensive. And I'll be honest with you, if you're talking about this is not going to be I'm going to frickin' like live in the woods for a month video, because it's just not necessary. Because you can fit everything that is on Dave Canterbury's 10 C's of Survival inside this little bag. Not a joke. How dare you? Quite easily. I overstep very often. It's my channel. Suck it. Anyway, that's his cat's line. How dare you? Hey, I told you, I won't send you a compass this time. I'll send you a frickin' sextant. Keep it up, okay? Anyway, so you can fit all 10. I'm going to show it to you, too. You can fit all 10 items on Dave Canterbury's 10 C's for Survival in this little bag. So I'm going to get this bag out of the way, and we're going to pack it up later just so I can prove it to you. We're going to just set it over here. I'm going to throw it on the floor. I'm going to take a little sip of the coffee. And we're going to go down that list first. And the reason we're going to go down that list first, because I think that if we start to talk about a bug out bag, it should have the basics based on your situation. But it should also have capabilities, okay? And when I say capabilities, I'm not talking about silcock keys. I'm not talking about Bowie knives. I'm talking about, like, I can't make it home today. I'm going to have to live in the woods on the side of the road because there's, I don't know, there could be anything. It could be a chemical spill blocking the road. It could be martial law, military roadblock. It could be anything, okay? But the bottom line is that you need to have capabilities inside of your bug out bag. So the very first one, let's see here. Where are we at here? I should put this up higher. I'm going to put this up higher so I don't have to reach down so far. There we go. All right, so the very first thing, and this is what happens when you have too much gear. When you have so much gear, you can put it on shelves behind you on a YouTube channel. I guess the very first thing is a cutting tool. They recommend a fixed blade knife that is a full tang. This is not a full tang knife, although it feels like it is. But it is a good cutting tool, serrated ridge. This is not an expensive knife. I actually pulled this out of another kit that I have. Hey, cool, Colt, good to see you. So we're gonna set this over here. And in situations where it has to work out of the box every time, no questions asked, the rule of 1 is none, 2 is 1 should apply. So I've got myself a handy dandy Walmart folding knife. I bought 10 of these back when we were doing the prep stock thing. And I did that because we were going to teach knife safety to the kids that showed up with the parents for prep stock. And you guys know the deal. We had a little bit of a Hurricane Helene situation, basically destroy our site, so I have oodles of these pocket knives, which are pretty cool. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But overall, it's a pretty good knife. It's a pretty good little knife. I have several of these actually. I'm going to pot that over there. So 1 is none, 2 is 1. We've got our knives. I'll try to keep these in the screen, so I have plenty of room to work here. Let's see here. Rose says, yeah, you need to add an additional. Think it might be better than you turning away as you just did. Okay. Coffee First says, my bug out bag is very, very, very heavy because I plan to drive. It's also I'm a refugee bag because we have nowhere to go. Only fire or water will make me bug out. I got you, Coffee First. And to be straightforward, guys, you should never leave the place where you keep all of your stuff if you don't have to. So bugging out should always be a last option unless you have a secondary property that you can easily get to that is already stocked with all of your stuff for emergencies so that you don't have to be anywhere near the bad stuff. All right, so we talked about the cutting tools. And, obviously, they recommend a 45-inch blade. I mean, I guess this does it. I guess this does it, but, I'm gonna call it with that, Okay, so the next thing, combustion device. Combustion device. What do we got in the magical? Okay, combustion device. As usual, 1 is none, 2 is 1. 1, 2. You just solved your combustion device. You don't need a ferro rod. You don't need a flamethrower. You don't need to take the shoestring off of your boots so that you can try to make fire with wood. You just need something that's going to work. And yes, I put duct tape on all of my lighters. By the way, guys, I love these little lighters because they're cheaper. But one of the reasons that survivalists don't use these lighters a lot is because when you have to wrap the duct tape around the lighter, it's easier to do if your lighter is cylindrically square. So basically it's the same shape all the way down the cylinder, whereas this one does not. This one has angles on it, and that makes it hard to wrap the duct tape around it without going crazy wonky stuff. It's not impossible, you just can't get as much on it. And as you can see, there's a good amount of duct tape on this single lighter. So we've got our fire. And we might put everything in Ziploc bags. We might not. I don't know. You know, the end result is that we're going to have stuffs. We're going to have stuffs. All right. So yeah, you need to add an additional mic. Okay. So, I have a fold-up dolly cart in my backpack because my bad feet can't handle the weight of the backpack. You know, I've heard of people doing that. It's not a bad idea, especially if you have, like, you can get yourself some off-road tires. And it sounds stupid, but you can actually go to like Harbor Freight or Lowe's, and a lot of the wheels that are on the car that are on hand carts, you can pop those right off, and you can put some larger rubberized, and they actually have like a little bit of tread on them. You know what I'm saying? And that makes it significantly easier to pull a cart behind you. Cargo tape is the bonus. Let's see here. Coffee says, good idea. Cool. Kitten, whatever helps. Let's see here. My Bugout bag. Oh, and Cool Colt's just saying good morning. There we go. There we go. Hopefully my sound is still good. I'm going to try to pull a little closer. It's not. I don't know if it's working. Okay. I don't want to unplug it because it has its own plug. Like right. Its own plug is like right there. Like right there. Its own plug. Okay. So we're going to sip a little bit of coffee. Okay, guys. Refuge Medical. I've got to tell you, I am extremely, extremely impressed with the products that they are kicking out. They seem to have something new every damn month. Not a joke. I did that video on the the Trailblazer kit. Super awesome kit. That is actually part of my EDC satchel now. If I want to go someplace, I can literally just pull it out and put it inside of another bag, but that goes right into my EDC satchel. Along with a real tourniquet. Well, I won't say a real tourniquet. I will say a cat a cat tourniquet. I think we're up to 7 gen now. But also it's got the Schlesman in it. It's got anything for like filling holes. It's got Band-Aids and boo-boos. It's got scar. I mean, it's got a little bit of everything in it. And it's just amazing how this all-American 100% company, from logistics to manufacturing to, I mean, it's just by Americans for Americans. So if you guys have not got your, if you're not getting your medical kits from Refuge Medical, I don't know what to tell you. You know, don't get me wrong. I got my Dollar Tree Band-Aids, and I like some of them, and I make kits with them. But as far as having that true works right out of the box, no questions asked every time, and can actually save yours or another person's life, Refuge Medical is where to get it. If you guys want to save a little cash, link down there below. Go to my links. All of my links, they're there. You'll find it. That kind of thing. You can save yourself some money on it because it's not super cheap. You know, you pay for what you get. All right, guys. That's going to be about it. And let's go ahead and get back to the main. Thank you, Coffee First. Appreciate you. I had to get a dolly that fits inside the backpack. Okay. Well, that's still, I mean, if that's the plan, that's the plan. Roll with it. Go for it. Do it. All right. So the next thing we did cutting, we did combustion. Now we need to do cover. Now, cover is done so cover is explained, and people confuse cover all the time. But cover is explained in basically anything that is above you, on you, or under you. Okay, and the general idea behind making a survival shelter is that you need to be sleeping under something, in something, and over something. So basically, you have something on the ground, you have something in the air, and you have something like a sleeping bag or whatever it may be. I may have to grab. I've got that portable bag. I might have to get up and grab that just to be thorough. I also forgot the bottles of water, so just AKA I will put bottles of water inside this pack. With that said, go to Wally World, buy yourself a tarp. Is that easy? I've used this tarp several times. They don't have to be magical. They do come in different sizes. I wouldn't recommend anything larger than an 8 by 10. Okay, or if you can get a 10 by 10 or whatever. But just a simple tarp. It's more than enough to make a survival shelter, a double lean-to where you're laying on half of it, and it's pinned back sideways, and the other half is angled up. You know, it's kind of like that. It's that shape. You would lay here, okay, and that solves that problem. You can easily take care of that in a lot of different ways. Also, I recommend people buy go onto Amazon and buy like large rubber bands. This one is starting to get worn out, but they're so useful for just putting all sorts of things. 'Cause this thing is like, it'll explode. It didn't take much to roll this up, and it weighs almost nothing. So get yourself a freaking tarp, and this will take care of your cover, and obviously dress appropriately, and you shouldn't have any problems. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. West Virginia Pepper says Walmart has survival shelter with a reflective surface one hand. Yes, you could easily do that. You could absolutely easily do that. But the problem is those pre-made shelters, they're one-shot deals. Basically, you just lay inside of it, and that's cool. That's cool, but it won't really help you with the environment unless you can close up the ends, and then you're going to have a condensation problem inside of the shelter, even though you are warm. And if it's in a cold environment, you'll start off warm, and then as your condensation builds and freezes inside of that shelter that's actually designed to hold heat, those shelter walls will turn into ice walls, and you'll be living inside of an ice cube. So I always recommend that people have like a tarp. Tie-out points, yes, 100%. Make sure it has tie-out points. This one actually does. Wait, there you go. They're called grommets. There you go. And I don't know if you can see that or not. There you go. Yep. Have those things. So we're going to set this to the side because now we've met number 3, which is cover. I'm going to push this over here. That should actually make the chat even easier to look at. Does that make the chat easier to look at? I don't know. There we go. This is kind of fun. I like this. Okay, so the next thing we're going to roll on, grommet repair kit. Yeah, that's nice to have, but that's not really. That's the kind of stuff that I try to stay away from because it's like having the ability to repair something is fine, but if you blow out a grommet on this type of tarp, all you have to do is tie a knot at the end of the tarp and then tie a piece of line or cordage to that knot, to the back end of that knot, and now it's redundant. Let's see here. Stray Kitten says, a man showed up to make a bathtub floor to keep out groundwater using a tarp. Let me read that. A man showed up to make a bathtub floor to keep out groundwater when using tarp. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Or use a pebble. Yes, you could tie something off inside of it as well. Yeah. I prefer the knot method because I don't need a pebble. And the knot method works every single time. It's the pebble is an extra step. Pebbles are really good for cloth, but it's still a great idea. I didn't say showed up. It says you said a man showed. I know. I'm a great reader. I just read so many things. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. The next one we're going to go to is number 4, which is container. These are actually getting harder and harder to find, but if you go to your local Goodwill, you can find most any one of them. If you can find the wide mouth ones, that's even better. But there are, one, make sure that it is stainless steel, single wall, stainless steel. You can normally tell just by giving it a good smack. You can feel it flex. If you're squeezing it, you can feel it flex. That's single wall. That's what you want. Obviously, you want to make sure that it has a watertight / airtight seal capability. And the other reason that having the wide mouth is okay. Don't get me wrong. Okay, it makes it easier to do a lot of things. But with the standard mouth on these bottles, it's easier to use the line / twig method of getting this thing out of the fire but you just take a piece of line and a twig, you tie it onto the twig, and then when you stick the twig inside of there and you pull it up, it grabs it. If it's got a wide mouth, it has less wall to grab onto. So that's one of the reasons I still use these old ones right here. I paid this $1.99 at the Goodwill, $1.99, but they do exist, and people will like throw out like handfuls of these things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's the rainbow. I'm doing Gay Pride Parade. Is this Gay Pride or is this Gay Pride? I can't remember. Or is this Gay Pride? Or is this Gay Pride? I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not Gay Pride. It's Old Navy. It's Old Navy. But the people will get rid of these things in piles, and you can I just move in there and get them. And it doesn't matter what's on them, because once you put this in a fire, it's all going to get burnt off and down to, it's all going to get nasty and mucky and whatever. And it's not going to matter. Okay. Okay. Clean canteens are good gear. They really are. But I don't like paying more than I have to. Like I said, this one was $1.99 at the Goodwill, and that's where I find these things. Stray Kitten says, showing his gay pride. Yes, is my hand modeling this? Oh. I mean, it's not like I'm like, what are you doing, man? No, we're not doing that. Anyway, we're going to put that over here before I get myself in trouble. Stop rolling. Okay, you want to be over there? Fine, be over there. Will you stop? Okay, good. Now I got to move more stuff over. There we go. I got to cater to the needs of the gay pride container. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to take a sip of coffee here. We're going to move down the list. Let's move down the list. The next is cordage. You should probably definitely have some cordage. I have chosen this because it's been inside of my prep, my cordage prep. Where's it at? My cordage prep kit. As you can see, cordage is not. This is actually what I prefer, but this goes in a different kit. Come here. There we go. And cordage. Everybody talks about 550 cord, but I think 550 cord is starting to get a little overrated. I don't really understand why. I understand why people go to it, but I don't understand why people stay with it, because bank line is so much better and lighter, and you can carry more of it for the same amount of weight. But any cordage that you have is going to be beneficial. Now, this is braided cord, so this is not going anywhere. Let's see, what is this thing? This was 40 feet, 12 meters. This is a diamond braided rope. It doesn't say what it's rated for, but I'm telling you right now that braided rope is strong. And it is interesting that this, I don't know if they think that's a cutter, because it's not. And then you got your grabber over here, but I don't need any of that. I don't need to carry any more extra weight than I need to, so I'm just going to, it's like anything else, putting together your bug out bag takes effort, a little bit of work. It takes some effort. And so, and as you can see, it's not difficult to do. It's not difficult to do. Fishing line, yeah, that's not a bad. Fishing line doesn't weigh anything. And if your bug out route pushes you past a place that has fish available to fish for, then yeah, learn some hitches. Why not? Yes, 100%. You should know your knots. You should know how to do. At the minimum, you should know how to do a square knot, a good square knot, because you can join two pieces of rope together. There are a lot of other fancy knots out there, and they do work. Absolutely, 100% they work. But they, they require you to like learn them over and over and over. And some people just don't have the propensity for memory to learn all these different hitches. You know what I'm saying? But yes. And what's the one that Corporal's Corner uses the most? That's the one that I always forget. And that's the one that I want to learn the most. Did you do a video on your cord holder? I thought I did. Rose. It's either that or whatchamacallit, or I did it during like a live stream. The trucker's hitch is different. The trucker's hitch is designed to be tensioned down. This is a locking knot that I'm thinking of. It's basically the zip tie knot, but it's called something else. The trucker's hitch is for like tightening down a ridge line. Keeping tension on a rope is what a trucker's hitch is for. I know how to do the trucker's hitch. But I'm trying to remember. The taunt line? No, that's not it. Damn it. I can't believe all you Corporal's Corner junkies don't remember. It's like you used to like show it like, here, watch me tie this knot every single video. And I can't even remember. The Blake hitch? I've never even heard of a Blake hitch before. Doesn't mean it's not a real thing. It just means I've never heard of it before. Someone's going to put it in the chat. The bow line? No, that's not it either. Or bow line. I'm not sure which one you're putting there. So, and let's see. I don't remember how to do this. Let's try it like is it this way? I can never remember how to do this. How to tie this off. I can never remember. You know what? I'm going to give myself enough line here. I'm probably going to have to come back and do a separate video on how badly I tie this line off. The clove hitch, that might be it. All right, and then so you do it that way. I'm trying to remember. It's like you do a loop. And then you wrap. We're going to go this way. I'm probably screwing this all up. I just don't do this very often, to be honest with you. My field survival skills are very strong, but tying off crazy ass knots is not where I'm at the top of my game. See, Blake hitch is a variant of the taunt line. Gotcha. I would go look it up right now, but that's not my job. That's your job today. I'm going to put it in that loop. And then I'm supposed to pull, where's it at? Then I'm going to pull this one. Come here, you. Did I do that right? I don't think I did that right. Where's it at? Where is it at? That's the line right there. I thought that was it. Oh, it is. That's it. I did it. There we go. And you can pull it all the way up if you want. And then now it's done. And it's not pretty at all. Anyway, I'm done screwing with that. I'm done playing with that thing. I'm done playing it. We've got cordage. I got 40 feet in there. And we're going to call that a game. They'll say like 100 feet of cordage. But, I mean, okay, whatever. 100 feet. Anyway. Couple of hair braids. We'll keep rope coil from. Yeah, exactly. That's a great. All right. The next one is the cotton bandana, which you can still pick up at Wally World. No, I don't work there. For $1, $1.29. They used to be $1, but basically it's a simple 100% cotton cloth, and you can use it for all sorts of different things. You're getting kind of thin, to be honest with you. But you can use it for a lot of different things. You can use it to pre-filter water. I'm making a mess of this thing, aren't I? You can use it to pre-filter water. You can use it to make charcoal powder. Using basically you put some burnt wood up inside of it and you bang on it. Let's see here, a couple of here. I just remembered too, and there's a lot of uses for having this. It's people are like, well, I don't need that, but then it's like, okay, but what if you want to do a bandana? Marley Off Grid, what's up, all? Good to see you, Marley. Good to see you. Mainly Off Grid. I don't recognize you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. But yes, you should always carry one of these. Why? Just cause it's like a handkerchief. Why? Dad said carries a handkerchief. It comes in handy. That's why. Because it comes in handy. Okay, so let's see. What's next on our list? Number 7, cargo tape, duct tape. Yeah, well, we did that already. They're like, a whole roll. Put a whole roll in there. Yeah, I'm going to carry around a whole 3-pound roll of duct tape. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to put it on top of my, there's my duct tape. I've made it. I checked that off my box. Compass. You know what? Compass. Where's my navigation box at? I don't remember if I threw it in there or not. Oh, I must have thrown it in there already. Ugh. Where you at, Mike? Mike. Mike. Where are you at, Michael? Where are you at there, Mike Tango Whiskey? This arrow is pointing towards you. Why not? Why not? I don't care if I can see my house from here. Why not? Check. Hey, if you think you need to have a compass in your bug out bag, you know, put a 1 in the chat. You can make a few from a yard of cloth. There you go. Yeah. We're going to put that over there. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. All right, let's see here. They have cloth sail needle. Creative Redundancy says no. But the cloth sail needle, oh my God. Walmart is supposed to carry those things. No, I don't work there. But I can't find them anywhere. I literally have to order them online. Then I'm like, no, don't do that because you still have boxes of stuff to go through and you already have one. So when I find it, I will put, N for North. I gotcha. This kit will not contain a cloth sail needle, even though it's kind of a nice to have thing. I don't know that I'd actually have the ability to sew anything because I'm not using 550 cord, but it is what it is. Rose says, have more than one hanky, can be used for so many things. Might one dedicated for water just in case. Yes. Face palm. Okay, so let's move on down to number 10 and candling device, headlamp. All right, so in the simplest rule, this is one of those things that has to work. 1 is none, 2 is 1. As you guys know, I love myself a little Walmart headlamp. That's right. You can still you used to be able to buy these things for $1. As long as that little tap doesn't come out, the battery is good to go. I think they're at like $1.50 or something like that now. It's just click, it's on, click, it's off. There's no magic to it. You can tilt it, but it's like, all right, well, what about that flimsy? Oh, God. Then I'll just use this little flashlight right here. I honestly don't even remember where this came from, but the problem, I like it for being so thin, okay? But I don't like it because it's long, and you put it in your pocket. I mean, it's got a clip and everything, but you put it in your pocket, it's kind of, it can get in the way. But yeah, having a little flashlight. So 1 is none, 2 is 1. 1 is none, 2 is 1. 1 is none, 2 is 1. All right, so we got our candling device. You should never consider that. I'll just get a bigger one. I'm just going to get a bigger candle. It looks like a mini mag. I mean, you can put anything you want into it, but I always carry it because they're so small, they're so light. I mean, they weigh nothing, and why not, right? The headlamp is always going to be the go-to because it's going to be. I'm going to take this. I don't think I ever need this tag on here ever again, but I do like the way they package these. So, having one. You should definitely have 2. You should definitely have 2. They weigh nothing. And now you guys got headband for mini mag. Oh, I got you. So you guys are actually looking at the 10 C's of survival. Just this. It's the 10 C's of survival. So it's really very simple to put together a bug out bag that is based on that concept. All right. And people are like, well, I'm not going into the... You're right, you're not. But here's the... Is there anything on this list that you can't that you can't. Mike put a 0 in there. Mike's playing catch up. He's probably at work. I hope so. You better be at work. Minus the needle. So it's the 9 C's of survival. But in reality, in the beginning, it was only the 5 C's of survival. If I turn this into a video, I'll put a link someplace up here. So I'll put a link someplace up here. But yeah, in the beginning, it was only the 5 C's of survival, and it just kind of morphed over time. So, all right. So this is the 9 C's of survival, and then now I'm going to add things to this that that should go in this kit. Let's play a little game where you guys tell me stuff, and I will see if it's in the. I still have a basket full of stuff over here. Okay. All right. Heavy duty fish hook for sewing. No, that's not in the kit. I don't have any place that I have to stop to do any fishing. I also don't have any fishing line. Next, put stuff in the chat of stuff that may or may not be in this basket. I'll give you a second. Just start piling it in there. Just start piling it in there. Food. Okay. Turkey oven bag. Turkey oven bag is a great idea. But we're going to start with food. All right. So food-wise, I do have my own little food kit. I make my own food kits and yes, they are heavier and they are a little weird. But this is back from my hiker days. We made all of our own meals based off of calories and protein. That guy, potential spam, he's such a pain in the ass. Just let him listen to the ringer for a while. It's probably going to do it again. A pride flag. I have that covered, Stray Kitten. I have that covered already. But thanks for thinking of that. All right. But with the food kits, so this is like, come here, you. I put everything in plastic bags, even though I hate unwrapping plastic. I do have the breakfast skillets. This is basically 2 meals that turns into one. It's got 14 grams of protein. But all of my food is basically from like the Dollar Tree or Walmart or whatever. This is the Metrex protein bar, 32 grams of protein. I do have a small bag full of little stuff. I need to put more coffee in here, but basically we've got our liquid IV, we've got our vitamin C, and we've got our coffee. Just the minimal stuff, because like I said, this is just a bug. This is just like, get out of here. And then I've got the 2 protein sources, and then extra Ziploc bags, and then I've got some rice that you can just eat. Now, all of this you can eat. Everything on this table you can eat without adding water. So basically, yeah. No problem. And I could put more in here if I wanted to. But, the reality is I'm going to be moving. I'm not going to be stopping. I'm not going to be stopping to heat up a meal unless I absolutely have to. I'm going to be moving. I could probably buy another one of these rice packets in a different flavor. And I love the curry. And I could probably get a couple more of these premium white chicken packs, because they are loaded with protein. And my little bag of, I'll probably get another snack bar in there. I could put a lot of things really in there if I wanted to, but after a while, food starts to weigh. The idea that your food is lightweight is great, but food eventually does weigh, and I don't want to have to add water that I don't have to add. So there's my food. There's my food bag. What do we got on the list here? Pride flag, powdered drink mix, that's in there. Yes, coffee. I love coffee. So I'm going to have that. The coffee is more of either I need to stay awake a little longer, or it's going to be I need I just want to feel good for a second. Why have a pride flag when you already wear the Walmart vest for Greyman effect? I don't work at Walmart. Bradley. Let's see here. Yeah, make distance, exactly. I just eat. One of the things, Years ago in the Marine Corps, well, in the services, we had different types of MREs, and one of them had something called a dried pork patty and a dried beef patty, and we always took those out of our meals and put those in our carpet pockets because we could literally just unwrap it and eat it like a big fat cracker. A fork, spoon, or spork. Yeah, that's an idea that I had thought about, Annie G, and good to see you there in the chat. That's something I had thought about, but I can literally make that stuff out of whatever. But you know what? I think you're right. I think I'm going to put a spork inside of this thing. A mess kit? No, I don't need a mess kit. That's more weight. Which Walmart do you work at? I don't work at Walmart. I just go there a lot. Prescription bottles for small items. Okay. Those are all ideas. Let's see. Anybody else? Come on. I can't believe. Bradley says, I'm sure you don't work, but if you have, I'm sure you don't work, but if you have one, it screams gray man with high vis at the same time. We see Walmart workers so much that they just blend in. Yeah, I know, right? That's an interesting thought. It's an interesting thought. Let's see. Creative Redundant says, I'm letting others say something first. Okay, so let's see. Well, I tell you what have we not covered? Walmart is home away from home. For who, Rose? For who? Not for me. It just happens. I live on the eastern shore of Virginia. We have one Walmart. You know, it's for 60 miles. It's pretty crazy. Cable saw. That's not a bad idea. Sure you don't work at Walmart? Sorry, dumb autocorrect. Delete there. Water. Yes. Water. Absolutely. I'm going to add water to this kit. Starting water. I always recommend people have starting water. I don't have any bottles in here. They're all in the kitchen. A Refuge medical kit. Very close. Medical kit. So in this one right here, because I want it to stay extremely lightweight, I'm going to use my my ammo pouch kit. And I'm going to, if you guys have never seen this before, this fits inside of the ammo pouch of 5.56 or 7.62. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Just slide it in there. It's got a little handle. You go, blah, you pull it out. Anyway, I picked this up at Kentucky Sustainable. This is like a trauma thingy. But we've got a couple of chest seals. Will they be needed? I don't know, but I'd rather in that particular case, I'd rather need it and I'd rather have it if I needed it. We're gonna say that. We've got a Israeli bandage, compression bandage, and we have some Z-fold compression gauze that we can stuff into wounds. Tourniquet, you say? Well, there we go. I'm gonna put this blue tourniquet in here, and if you guys didn't know this, the color of the tourniquet from what is it? Where's it at here? I always screw this up. I always screw the name of this. What's the name of the? It'll come to me anyway. The color of the tourniquet doesn't matter. They say that these are for training. They do use them for training, but you can use a tourniquet over and over and over and over if it's from North American Rescue. It's the same exact tourniquet. It's just blue. They also make them in red. They also make them in yellow. They also make them in orange, and obviously they make them in black. So I'm going to throw a tourniquet inside of here, and then I'm going to create my own boo-boo kit. This is the $1.20. This comes from the $1.25 tree store. I actually keep one of these in the Jeep. If you know the story, you know the story. Where are we at here? Pop that open right there, and inside of it is your basic boo-boo kit. You got your clean them up stuff. You got a couple of pieces of gauze, and you've got all the band-aids, right? The one thing that I will add to this, that I add to all of my boo-boo kits, is some liquid skin. Some liquid skin, and here's why. Let me show you this. You can actually buy this there at the $1.25 tree store too. So there's my liquid skin, and I put it right there, and I close my boo-boo kit. Ta-da! First aid taken care of. Boom. All levels taken care of. First aid. Cha-cha-cha-cha. Dust mask, eye protection, hand sanitizer, mirror, medical tape, filter tablets. Well, that's not a bad idea. I know what you're talking about, Creative Redundancy, the water purification tablets. But in this particular case, I'm just going to boil the water. But I might get some. We'll see. And then, believe it or not, I'm going to add this cup. And the reason I'm going to add this cup is because if you're boiling water, then you need to be able to drink that water. And especially if you're making coffee, I'm going to have this little cup. Yep. So Stanley makes this. Stanley makes this cup. It comes in a set. I'm gonna add this little cup. And then one of the things that you should definitely have, add a blister kit to my Boo Boo kit. I added a blister. There you go. Maybe both. Sorry. Does he work at Dollar Tree or Walmart? I don't work at either one of them. I'm just smart enough to go there. All right. And then the next thing, let's put this here. The next thing is going to be a set of gloves. You can pick these up at Walmart. I like the light duty ones. I pick these up because they're light duty. They do have the can touch your screeny thingy on them, but they're also just have a little bit enough. They're thick enough that you might get a little bit of warmth off of them. Winter is coming, guys. Winter is coming. So yeah, and I actually have a whole thing back there full of on the shelf full of gloves. But I picked these up because I wanted to have a fresh set because I have a tendency to tear through these gloves. Yeah. Collapsible cup. I have a collapsible cup, but the collapsible cups don't do well with hot items. They don't do hot. And you know what? I want to say that these may be some. I don't know. I remember reading something, but I don't remember exactly what it was. All right. So, can anybody guess what the last item that I'm putting inside of this kit is? I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I added a small pew cleaning kit to my bag. It's very small, compact, and waterproof. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Angie. What I'm trying to show people is that you can hit all 10 C's of survival and have the things that you want in your kit, and it doesn't have to be this giant 60-pound bag. It doesn't have to be. You know what I'm saying? Contractor bags. No, I am not putting. I do not have contractor bags set up for this kit. A deck of cards. No, I will not be putting a deck of cards in here. A radio. No, I will not be putting a radio in here. You guys, sometimes I wonder if preppers actually think about stuff. Freeze-dried ice cream sandwiches. No. I'm going to go ahead and stop you all there. I'm going to stop you because next thing it'll be like sextant, triple compass. It's going to be the crazy stuff, right? All right, so toilet paper. You gots to have. There you go. Knives are life. Welcome to the channel, man. Toilet paper. That's right. I vacuum seal my toilet paper so that I can move it from kit to kit. Yes, it is triple ply. It is good stuff. This is half a roll of toilet paper, like a full up, like it used to be this big. You know what I'm saying? Half a roll of toilet paper, vacuum sealed. I do this in all of my kits so that I never have to do it. And I even told the girlfriend, she's like, that won't work. It's just going to turn into mush. And she doesn't understand that, for 20 years in the Marine Infantry field, genre, space, that we kept toilet paper in Ziploc bags. And, it got squashed and crushed and beat up, and it still works just fine. So, yeah, if you want to go ahead and take that and TM that, just send me 2 cents every time you do that. We're good to go. Because I've never seen anybody do this. So, okay, let's see here. And I'm gonna put this stuff over here. I'm gonna probably use this for the thumbnail. That's what I'll probably do. Okay, so what's wrong with good old poison ivy? Well, I'm gonna say a lot of things, Bradley. I'm gonna say a lot of things are bad. Okay, and so as promised, we're gonna put all this stuff in that bag so I can show you that it actually does fit. It's easy. Okay, so we're going to just throw it there. Obviously, we'll start with the biggest thing, and we're going to stuff this inside a jar and get it out of the way and see. Let's put the first aid stuff in there. I'm not really worried about organization right now. Well, let's go ahead and do it right. Let's go ahead and organize. We're going to put this at the bottom because that's near the stuffs. Toilet paper. It's like everything needs to stay near the top. All right, how big's that? Ah, there we go. Now we're talking. All right, so we're gonna put our gloves in this top piece right here, and we're gonna put this knife right here too, because we're just gonna put it on our belt as soon as we get this bag, and we're gonna put the compass in there too. And that way, everything is like right at the top of the bag where we can get to it immediately. All right, and then are there any? There's other pouch layers here. I can't. The zipper only goes down so far. But we're gonna put this little pocket knife on one of these little hooks inside this bag. Let's find a smaller one. There we go. It's got like these little pocket organizers. Maybe I'll turn it like this. Maybe I'll turn it like that. It's got these little pocket organizers here. They're not super great, but they are still a thing. And let's go ahead and put, what is this? It's got a little thingamabob on there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw those lighters in there. We'll put those in there. And we're gonna I bet we can fit that right there too. I bet we can fit. Is that too shallow? No, I'm hitting something. There we go. Okay. And this other flashlight. Is there any other pockets in here? It's so hard to tell. Nope. There are no other pockets. So we're gonna put that other flashlight right there. All right. So we're good. We're good there. And let's put our first aid kit here at the top. Let's put our first aid kit in here. We're a little handle so we can grab it. And then our tourniquet right there. And what else we got here? Let's put our food. I gotta have to turn it back this way, guys. Let's put our food. Trying to. This would probably be a lot easier if I could like put the bag on the ground, but I've got to do it here on the table for you guys. Okay, there's the food section. Anything else under there? There is not. All right, then I'm just going to take this cup and I'm going to put it over here. And what I'll do is I'll put a bottle of water in here too, for when I finally have this thing finished. We're going to put that one over there, and then we're going to put this. I guess we can throw this down here on the top of that, and we're going to put our toilet paper up here where we can get to it at a moment's notice. At a moment's notice. All right, and that's only one zipper there. There we go. And we could, like I said, you guys, I pulled it out at the very beginning. That's what she said. And we could put this up here so we could put more stuff on it. Maybe we're drying our clothes out while we're walking home or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know, but we're just going to leave that rolled up down here. Okay. And now, that's a bug out bag. It's pretty crazy. 10 C's of survival. That's pretty crazy. We can tie this down a little bit. Come here. Tie that one down a little bit. Although it's not necessary. I don't like a lot of loose straps, but I understand that some of these straps are required. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. That's the basics. That is a basic bug out bag, and we could probably add a lot more things. But you're looking at this is somewhere between. I would say this is somewhere between a 14 and 20 liters. There's nothing to it. It's as long as my arm. It just goes from the bottom to the top is right to my elbow. So it's that long. Nothing to it at all. You know, West Virginia Pappy says I got a power battery at Walmart. That's supposed to be lighter. Yeah, there's been a lot of advancements in batteries. Everybody is moving into the lithium batteries, and so they are a lot lighter. I forgot my boo-boo kit. There still was stuff. I better put it where the trauma stuff is, just so I know where it is. All right. So, all right. Use Ranger bands to hold those straps coiled. Yeah, you could. I mean, it has its own. It actually has its own right there. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, that's it. As promised, I built a Bugout bag. Very easy to do. It does not have to be a ginormous pack. It does not have to be the Bergen that I have over in the corner over there. It doesn't have to be any of those things. What it has to be is functional. It's got to be something that you can actually carry. You know what? I'm kind of curious. This thing is so light. Hold on. I'm going to go get my scale. All right. Got a luggage scale. Picked it up at Walmart. Let's see. You guys aren't going to be able to see this. I'm going to just have to... Maybe it'll stay. Maybe it'll lock in place if I do this. But this hooky thing... Come here, you. There you go. All right, so... 8 pounds, even. Hopefully I can get it off here before. Look at that. Look at that. 8 pounds, even. For the whole thing. And obviously you could do a lot more things. You could add a lot more things. Do you get an employee discount? I don't work at Walmart. Pick that up on your lunch break. Pick this. Your water bottle could fit in the same pocket with the cup. It could, but it's going to stick out further. It's going to stick out further, and I don't want that bottle sticking out further. Either way, like I said, I'm going to put a water bottle. I'm going to put a water bottle in there anyway. I'll probably go buy some of that's for a different video. The type of water that I use is for a different video. If you want, when I turn this off, when I cut this up, over here maybe over here, or maybe over here, there's going to be some videos that are going to pop up. Make sure that you watch those, or watch somebody else's video, but don't stop watching YouTube videos. It actually helps the channel if you continue watching videos. Not a joke.